Hey, good evening. Hope your Sunday is going well. Just in case you missed the news tonight, next week, or actually this upcoming week, is looking quite active. So I thought I'd fire up this live stream and do a quick update on what's going to be happening next week because there will be some chances for some storms beginning tomorrow. So it is going to be quite the rainy week, quite the spring like pattern because for this time of year today, it sure was unseasonably warm. We actually had a record being tied. Fort Smith hit 81 degrees. That is the record for the day, set back in 1976. So definitely unseasonably mild. Fayetteville shy of the record. Tomorrow, it's going to be another warm day. And tonight, it is going to be staying quite mild because the winds, they're not going to let up. Right now, we're in the mid 60s, Fayetteville, and the south wind is still quite breezy. And notice that dew point that is on the rise. So we're definitely seeing the moisture moving back in, and that's going to fuel some potential storms tomorrow as a cold front tries to work its way in. I'm going to show you that cold front in just a second. Here's Fort Smith, quiet, not a lot of people out on this Sunday evening. We're in the 60s area wide. Earlier, a few hours ago, we were in the 70s. So definitely holding on to that mild feel with that breeze. Now, when compared to earlier in the afternoon, it's not quite as windy, but there is still a breeze, and this wind will pick up again tomorrow. So check out this 2-day temp trend. We're going to be staying unseasonably mild. Now, keep in mind the average high for this time of year for Northwest Arkansas for Fayetteville, we should be in the 50s. So we're definitely going to be staying warm tonight. We're going to drop down to around 60 tomorrow, back in the 70s. And there will be some chances for some storms making their way back in. Now, notice the storm chances, they're not all that high. That's because there is some uncertainty, and a lot of the models kind of took the rain out. I think it's playing a pump fake here, as Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff would say. But I definitely think there will be some chances for some storms tomorrow afternoon, evening, mainly during the evening into the overnight. I think these storms will have some good lightning. Definitely going to be some moisture involved. I show you the dew points. So I think the dew points are going to be in the 60s. So, yeah, I think there could be some lightning tomorrow for sure with these storms. But the question is, are we going to get storms? Now, right now, definitely not. It's a quiet evening. Actually, quite nice. That wind is starting to die down. But as we expand the view, remember the western U.S. this past weekend was quite active, and that energy is going to finally make its way in. Cold front to our north, taking a closer look, still well north of us, draped across Missouri, Kansas, and no rain along the front now. But here's a computer model showing the front slowly sagging south. Here's daybreak tomorrow. It's still going to be north of us. Tomorrow morning could be quite cloudy. So tomorrow during the afternoon, I think it's going to be a partly cloudy to mostly cloudy day. I think cloud cover might win out for some areas tomorrow. Here's 4 p.m. Monday. The front still north of us, and then it's going to move in during the evening hours. Now, the HRRR model isn't showing any storms over us as this front moves in. I think this is underdone. I think there will be some storms firing up potentially tomorrow evening into tomorrow night as that front makes its way in. And it's kind of going to get stalled over us. So there will be some more chances for some rain and maybe even some more storms Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we might see rain and even better chance of storms moves in Thursday. I'll show you that in just a minute, but here is the risk. So we are under a marginal risk of severe weather. That means that a few isolated severe storms could become a possibility. Again, this is the Monday into Tuesday morning time frame. So a few severe storms can't be ruled out. I'm not expecting any organized severe weather, so nothing widespread. And that's because the pattern, the main energy is going to be well north of us. We're actually at Wednesday right now. So if we if you rewind, here's right now Sunday, and here's Monday. Notice how the energy, it is a little bit further north, and we're kind of in zonal flow. So I'm not expecting any organized severe weather tomorrow, but there could be a few isolated stronger cells, hail, winds that could be happening tomorrow. And then fast forwarding, here's Tuesday, still kind of in that west southwest flow. The front will kind of stall over us. Wednesday, might see some more rain. And then here's Thursday. We got a Baja blast. There's the energy across the Baja region. The Baja region is that um, the area south of Southern California. And notice that the pinks and the reds, that is some jet stream energy, and that is going to be firing its way in across Texas and moving in Thursday. That will give us an even better chance of storms. So Thursday and Friday, storms are back in the forecast. Then by next weekend, finally, we should be drying out. But here's the European model showing the rain tomorrow into Tuesday. And then Wednesday, maybe a shower. Even better chance of rain Thursday. Heading into Friday, there will be some more rain. So it sure is an active pattern. And in the 7-day stretch, is looking like a lot of rain is going to be falling, mainly across the southeastern United States. But for Arkansas, taking a closer look for us, that's 1 to 3 inches over the next 7 days. So definitely there is some good potential for some rain for us. Here's tonight, no rain. So if you're just joining, tonight you're in the clear. It's going to be a quiet night, going to be quite mild. The temperatures for this time of year during the afternoon highs, we should be around that. So it's definitely going to be a warmer night. Tomorrow, very warm, windy. Storm chances are back in the forecast tomorrow. So, yep. If you have any questions, comments, definitely chime in. Steven is from Pennsylvania. Hey, Steven, thanks for joining. Wonder what the weather's like there, because for us, it's going to be quite active. Here is the Northwest Arkansas forecast. Going to be in the 70s. Lisa's asking, so is winter over, with a smiley face? Yeah, well, I'm not going to say it's completely over, but for the next week, definitely going to be warm and mild. Strong storms possible tomorrow. Here is that 7 day showing an active and unsettled pattern. And by Thursday and Friday, I think that is definitely the best chance of rain. Temperatures back in the 60s Thursday and Friday. Next weekend, we're going to be cooling down, and it should be quieting down. So might be the third weekend in a row where we get some nice weather. Finally, for a change, because I remember from January, February, it was quite active. The weekend forecast was not the best. So if you're just joining, firing up this Facebook Live, because next week, or actually this upcoming week, looks pretty active. Storm chances are back in the forecast tomorrow. So if you're just joining, definitely seeing a pattern change. The weekend was nice and quiet, but next week is going to be, just checking the comments here. Tyler, what does it say? Strong T-storms? Yeah, I think there definitely could be some stronger storms making their way in tomorrow. And that's because the moisture is moving back in. Temperatures are definitely warmer than what they were last week. So what are the dew points going to be? They're definitely going to be on the increase tomorrow, even in the 60s for some areas. So that's definitely enough to fuel storms. And with that cold front making its way in, I think that might serve as a trigger for some potential storms. So here are those rain chances coming up. Again, these chances aren't all that great because there is some uncertainty here. And again, right now it's quiet, but here's that front to our north. That is going to be making its way in tomorrow. Again, if you're just joining, tonight is going to be a quiet night. Should be nice and mild. Here's tomorrow. Again, the models, Tyler's talking about a cap. Um, yeah, I mean, we'll see if this cold front will cause the storms to break the cap, but again, still a lot of uncertainty. The models have definitely backed off on the storm potential for us. But here's ACRRR showing not a whole lot of activity tomorrow evening. The activity more east of us. And heading into tomorrow night, we're going to be seeing that cold front slowly working its way in. And I think there will be some potential for storms tomorrow night. And with the SPC, what they're saying right now is they're saying a marginal risk level 1. That means that strong to severe storms are possible Monday into Tuesday morning. And then beyond that, the forecast looks to be staying quite active. So again, it's going to be an active week. Rain chances pretty much each day. As far as a severe potential, I don't really think it ramps up until about Thursday into Friday as this more potent piece of energy works its way in. And then beyond that, we should be seeing the forecast dry out. So again, here's another model. Here's the European model showing storms Monday into Tuesday, and even Wednesday, we might even see a few showers. And then Thursday, another good chance of storms. This has a question. Are you looking at two different sites? I'm not sure what you mean. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, a whole bunch of different platforms right now, Lisa. And as far as rainfall totals over the next 7 days, decent amount of rain, 1 to 3 inches. Texas Panhandle could sure use that rain. The bullseye for rain looks to be in our southeastern counties, up to 3 inches. That's a decent amount of rain for us here. Again, tonight, increase in clouds. It's going to be a quiet night tonight. Blaze, hey, how are you doing? Just doing this live because the upcoming week is looking quite active. Very spring-like pattern for us here. Tomorrow, again, the average high for this time of year, we should be in the 50s, so we're definitely going to be well above that. And definitely going to be seeing this active weather continuing. So here's that 7-day forecast. Once again, 70s Monday through Wednesday. Thursday and Friday in the 60s. And I think the best chance of storms is Thursday and Friday. Again, tomorrow definitely is a question. You're talking about a downpour. Yeah, I think if it rains, I think we're going to be seeing some pretty heavy rainfall because we're talking about storms. For tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, might see some moderate showers and along with storms. So again, Thursday and Friday, it's hard to pinpoint what's going to happen there just because it's so far out. But Monday and Tuesday, that's probably the main reason why I fired this up. Because we are under a marginal risk of storms. And that's going to be for tomorrow into Tuesday. And then beyond that, the forecast is going to be staying pretty active. So thanks for joining. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask. Is there a flood risk? Yeah, I mean, with downpours, there's always going to be a flood risk. I think if there is going to be a risk, it's going to be Thursday and Friday for the flood risk. But this is for tomorrow. This is for Monday into Tuesday. Level 1 marginal. Could see a few isolated, stronger to potentially severe storms. And again, it's all along a cold front. So if that cold front speeds up, if the cold front slows down, gets stalled out, then things could change. So this risk will be updated later on tonight. Pretty curious to see what they will do with this risk. But as of right now, it's just in the marginal. And again, tomorrow could see a few isolated storms. And then Tuesday and Wednesday stays pretty active. Then Thursday and Friday. Ava, so like Thursday, tornadoes aren't out of the question. They're never out of the question, Ava. It's a good question. I think for tomorrow, the tornado potential is very, very low. And then for Thursday and Friday, with that energy swinging in, I think there will be some more wind shear in place for potential tornadoes. But again, we're far out, and it's really hard to pinpoint these specific details this far out. I think tomorrow the main energy, the wind shear, is going to be well to our north and east, so I don't think we have to worry about any organized severe weather tomorrow. Do you think NWA is looking overall? How do I think NWA is looking overall this spring? Well, I think it's going to be quite active. Just based on the pattern changes from the El Nino to La Nina and all that's going on, and the way the jet stream has been acting lately, and how unseasonably warm it's been so far. I mean, but who knows? It's so hard to do a long-term forecast. But last summer sure was active. I think this spring might have the potential to be pretty active too. But yeah, if you're just joining, we're doing this Facebook Live because storms are back in the forecast tomorrow. Again, tomorrow mainly just isolated along a cold frontal boundary that may or may not produce storms. I think it will. A lot of the models have kind of backed off on the storm potential. But here's that 7-day. So if you missed the 10 p.m. news, here it is. Pretty much every day there's going to be a chance of rain, with the driest day being Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday the storm chances are going to be going up. Should be in the 60s. And then next weekend we should be drying back out. So yeah, it's going to be an active forecast. We'll be watching it. Again, thanks for tuning in. But until then, stay safe, and we'll be tracking these storms as they move on and hop back on if need be. Good night.